As our nation continues the effort in the Middle East to bring peace and quality of life to those in Iraq and Afghanistan, those serving at home continue to need our love and support. One such effort took place again this year at the home of Ray Stoltz and Lana Davis. They opened their beautiful home to a cause supporting our troops and their families. Camouflage Kids was a dream of basketball coaching veteran Jeff Nix, who teamed with Ray and Lana to make a huge difference in the lives of children whose families are deployed in defense of our country.
The enthusiasm, the toughness, the spirit of corps, the passion those soldiers have. You know, we think playing for a school is a lot or playing for a state is a lot. Try playing for a country. You know, it's pretty powerful.
The call went out to basketball coaches from around the country and here in the Midwest, as well as other celebrities who lent their time and support to the effort.
They're defending our country. They're doing what's right. They're doing a duty that they were called on to do. They didn't ask for it. So, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about somebody patriotic, I believe very much in what this country stands for. I believe very much in what the flag means and the people who protected this flag. And that's all these kids are trying to do, keep the world free of terror. You know, whether it's right, wrong, or otherwise, we don't know. I don't have the answers for that. But, you know, their families, it puts a big burden on their families. And to be able to put some joy on the faces of these kids is just a phenomenal thing.
Coaches signed autographs and visited with the guests prior to the great meal and some outstanding entertainment by Fort Carson's own singing ensemble, Harmony in Motion. An auction was part of the fun and fundraising, with items donated by many from around the country who don't get involved in the politics of the situation. They just want to support the troops and their families. The big item was a 1968 Cadillac convertible that would wind up in the hands of a special guest. The evening could not have been held on a better night, with guests numbering in the hundreds. Highlighting the program were testimonials from coaches who had been to the front to coach the members of the armed forces in a basketball tournament. Notre Dame's own Mike Bray shared his thoughts on the soldiers who have had our backs on a daily basis.
I can honestly say it was one of the more powerful experiences in my life. Just incredible to be over there and see it firsthand. Just a couple themes. I think it was so refreshing. Again, we're being bombarded now with the news and certainly the debates on how we should be handling this war and all these different theories. It was so refreshing to be over there and see our armed forces and our soldiers' attitudes, job at hand, what's our mission. I've got my fellow soldiers back. It was the best example of teamwork that I have been around, seeing our U.S. military in that setting. And I know it's going to help me become a better coach, just being around and seeing how those people interacted throughout the week. And Skip and I talked about this a lot on the flight back. Soldiers would come up and thank us, even a couple thank us here, and I'm embarrassed about that. I was honored to be there, and I thank them for what they do as far as keeping us safe and protecting our back. Absolutely.
Another coach who had been to the front in May was Wake Forest head man Skip Prosser. The veteran of many tough games and years of success left us himself just weeks after sharing his thoughts on the experience with our troops.
At the end of the day, all they're hoping for, I think, our military is just your support back here at home. The message was, we're going to do our job. Like Mike said, every place we went, hey, Coach, thanks for coming. Emails that we've gotten since we've been back. I got one of my players on my team's a soldier. His dad sent me an email saying, Coach, it meant a lot for my son to play for you. You know, thanks for going over there. So appreciative. I was in a restaurant last night in North Carolina, in Winston-Salem, with my wife and my son, just having a little dinner, and a soldier came up. I've never met the guy before in my life, and he hands me a bag that has an Army t-shirt and a mouse pad for the computer and a little action figure of this particular soldier. A little note on it, Coach, thanks for going. Go Deeks, signed by this sergeant. And again, they're going to do their job. And what Ray and Jeff are doing here and what you're doing here is going to make them sleep a little bit better at night. Maybe know their families are being taken care of, and what they are doing is appreciated back here at home.
We prayed and we ate. We danced a little, and we enjoyed a wonderful gathering with lots of spirit and emotion. As the program moved on, Sergeant Paul Mooney stole the show with his rendition of Proud to Be an American.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll proudly stand up next to you and defend us today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Paul had been deployed in Iraq and was joined by guests who had also served in the armed forces, including Ray Stoltz, who received a commemorative certificate for his effort in the armed forces a few years back. As Sergeant Mooney delivered his powerful song, the crowd responded in full support.
Every American heart, and it's time to stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll proudly stand up next to you and defend us today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll proudly stand up next to you and defend us today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
The evening wrapped up with prizes being awarded, including the classic Cadillac that went to Sergeant Scott Dixon, who led the singing group from Fort Carson. Scott had been severely wounded in Iraq but continues to serve, and by the way, he bought a ticket, one of the first to do so, because if anyone knew the importance of the evening, it was Scott Dixon.
And he said I could have it if he won.
The Camouflage Kids event was another terrific success, as thousands of dollars were raised that will allow hundreds of children whose families are deployed to experience a day like no other as they travel to see Division I basketball and football games, have a hot dog and a Coke, and take home a shirt at a day full of great memories. On behalf of the soldiers and their families and the Camouflage Kids, here's a big thank you.
Hi, this is Jeff Nix and Ray Stoltz, and we're delighted to thank everybody for their efforts tonight for Camouflage Kids. We had a great evening, and the support from the Michiana community has been unbelievable, and we look forward to a bigger and better 2008 event. And thank you, Michiana.
Just want to echo what Jeff said. The coaches and the personalities that came out, they dropped everything. They come out on their own dime and to help us out. All we do is provide a vehicle for everybody to support the soldiers and their children and their families. And so our part's a small part. It's all the people who came out and supported us and supported the Army and Navy, Marines, Air Force. They're the ones that are the real heroes here, and we appreciate it. Next year we're going to do it again, do it better, bigger, and try and help some more kids. Yep.
Thank you.
God bless the